Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, Chad accepts Maggie's invitation, Alex vacates the Kyriakis home, and Xander cautions Gwen about Dimitri. Chad declares this apartment to be the greatest one they have yet seen as Stephanie, and he tour it. Stephanie believes they ought to accept it. They kiss as Chad adds, "Welcome home." She advises that they sign the lease before christening the property, but he disagrees. Brady enters as Stephanie is about to text the real estate agent. He was inspecting the location for himself and his children, but Stephanie says they simply decided to take it. Brady advises them to enjoy their new home and for Chad to enjoy his new work since he can't believe he lost another place. "How did he hear?" asks Chad. Brady acknowledges that Alex told him, and he isn't too pleased about it. Brady departs. Stephanie receives a text stating that the realtor would arrive in an hour, and Chad makes the decision to head over and inform Maggie of his choice. Maggie is at the Kyriakis mansion when she hears the door and abruptly ends the call. She asks if Alex is traveling when he enters the room with a bag. He announces his eviction. He explains that he just doesn't feel at ease living with the person who dismissed him when she asks why. She reminds him that he joined Titan's main rival and took one of her most valuable clients with him. Alex claims that's not what happened, but she believes neither of them are in the best of health in this circumstance. When she inquired about saying farewell to his uncle, he said that he was napping. Whatever transpired between them, according to Maggie, doesn't alter the fact that they are related. She inquires as to his intended residence. As he exits, he promises to inform her when he locates a location. Later, Chad shows up to inform Maggie of his choice and takes the position. Maggie is ecstatic. She hugs him as he reaches out to shake her hand. He claims that today has been productive because he'd obtained a new job and a place to live with Stephanie. He queries how it will work with Alex residing here and working for Dimitri, though. She says Alex has left. Stephanie is back at her flat studying paint samples when someone knocks on the door. Alex is here after visiting the apartment to look it out. Brady stopped over to look at this location too, Stephanie says, but she and Chad already occupied it. She is praised by him. She makes the decision to let him know that Chad took his previous position before he finds out from someone else. Alex comments, "Good for him." She wants them to be friends, and she hopes that this won't put the two of them back. Alex states that while he would also enjoy that, he must first locate housing. Alex goes after saying that he'll see her shortly. Later, Chad informs Stephanie that Maggie is overjoyed that he took her up on her offer. Alex is the one who knocks on the door. On his way home, he claims to have crossed paths with the realtor who had asked him to deliver their lease and keys. Chad observes that he doesn't reside close by. "I do now," Alex says. "I live in the apartment across from you." Chloe enters the Spectator and discovers Xander preoccupied with statistics. He informs her that their sales have decreased by 30%, so she offers a painting of a cactus flying on a plane as a solution. She reveals that she sold a sizable ad to an airline for Southwest Vacations to clear up his confusion. He is relieved when she gives him the data and assures her she is great at her job. She doubts that's the only thing she excels at. When Xander gives her a passionate kiss, she says, "We can't hear." Xander recommends they shake things up and do it at the office since he doesn't see why they shouldn't. They start to undress as he locks the door. Gwen arrives to find the door closed, which she remarks as odd given that Xander is typically in as Chloe and Xander start to make love. She enters after unlocking the door and is shocked to see Chloe and Xander arguing on the desk. Chloe fastens her blouse while Xander hides behind the artwork. Chloe decides to buy some coffee and inquires about any requests. The reply from Gwen is, "I'd like you to get the hell out of here, thanks." For once, Chloe says. They want the same thing, and she leaves. Xander removes his clothing once more and expresses regret that Gwen saw it. Gwen claims she isn't envious and doesn't care who he has sex with because she is providing the most amazing sex a woman can provide to the most amazing man. Xander is aware of Dimitri von Loser's engagement to her and is perplexed as to why she would consider marrying such a for Dimitri, calling him a loving man who she looks forward to marrying. She gives him the fake bird by flashing her ring in his direction. Considering that she just met the man and that he has committed some terrible crimes, Xander asks Gwen if this is a wise decision. Despite the fact that Gwen is no angel herself, Dimitri feels she brings out the best in him. If this is related to him and Chloe, Xander queries. He is reassured by Gwen that this is not about him or his enormous ego. She says she's glad he's moved on, and she wants to follow suit. She points out that Chad never got over Sarah. Jake cheated on her, and Chad was in love with Abigail. She claims that she has a man that is just interested in her. Especially considering how he injured her, Xander wants her to be content. She is neither knave nor foolish, and she acknowledges that they damage one another. He informs her of this and cautions her only. She acknowledges his concern but expresses displeasure at his fornication in the workplace and requests he clean it up. She departs. Leo is there when Dimitri visits Leo in his chamber at the Demira house. Leo presents him with the information he has on him and informs him that the only reason he is marrying Gwen is to receive his fortune. He declares that there is nothing he can do to prevent him from telling Gwen everything. Dimitri entices him into a kiss because he believes there is. Leo replies, but he quickly withdraws and slaps him. Leo claims to be aware of his plans and is attempting to entice him into bed in order to gratify all of his lustful wants in the hopes that he won't reveal them to Gwen. Am I right? Inquires Dimitri. Leo denies that he is as approachable as others claim. Leo claims he's not interested as Dimitri strips off his shirt. Leo states that if Dimitri hadn't just proposed to his closest friend and wasn't some dodgy straight guy attempting to take advantage of his sexual urge, he would be interested in what he was feeling as Dimitri caressed him. Dimitri admits he isn't heterosexual. Leo asks if he may tell him he's gay with that incredibly serious expression on his face. Leo asserts that Dimitri is not naive, but Dimitri claims that he is gay and only dating Gwen to receive his fortune. Leo calls his attention to a liaison he had with Billy Reed, that Dimitri claims that was a ploy to obtain the peacock. He claims to have spent his entire life practicing deception and is prepared to commit himself to Leo in exchange for Leo keeping his secrets. Since they first met in Arizona, Dimitri has been attracted to Leo and doesn't see it as a sacrifice. He claims to have a mischievous smile, a sassy walk, and to be engaging, smart, and humorous. He claims that Leo is attractive as well, but he is aware that Leo wouldn't want to desert his closest buddy. He queries if Leo can resist his own wants though. Leo kisses him but then backs off. While insisting that Dimitri be gentle, he consents to offer himself to him. Dimitri makes the commitment to do so, and Leo responds, "Good, because I won't." He is pushed into the bed by him. When Kristen gets home, she calls EJ on the phone in the living room. She informs him to keep an eye on Megan after discovering her escape. When a hidden door opens, Kristen thinks it's Megan and grabs a fireplace poker. But it's just Rachel. In her embrace, Kristen gushes that she has missed her terribly and is overjoyed to see her. She then understands that she should be in camp. Given that her mother never visited her or said farewell, Rachel wonders why she should care. That, according to Kristen, is because nasty Auntie Megan had her tied up in the cellar. Rachel is surprised, but also grateful that her mother didn't reject her. Although Kristen is pleased that she visited her, she has escorted her back to camp. Rachel rejects and disparages camp. Kristen hopes she to stay, but because her father is in charge of her, she needs to give him a call. Rachel believed that they were in conflict. "It's been difficult," says Kristen, "and she can't get a lawyer to take her case. There has to be a way for them to be together," according to Rachel.